Hey guys, welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We are your hosts, the birthday girl, Leah Svensson, and Michelle. Yesterday was your birthday.
So funny.
What?
I just always think of a birthday as just like a time to celebrate me, not that I'm like a year older. I don't ever think about my age.
Right?
Never do. And then you're like, your birthday girl, it was yesterday. That means I'm not actually in that. They do your age categories usually
Like
up
a
to
bracket?
I'm usually in one bracket now.
Yeah. I don't know though, because they've been messing with those brackets. Like, because a lot of times it ends at 35. So we've been out of a certain bracket for a while. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So if you guys missed it, we had so much fun doing the mail call. We actually have two letters that we got from the post office box today that we will open at the end of the show.
Yeah, do you guys need something just to uplift you? We went to a cute little outdoor space in Marymount, Ohio, and we played some guitar, and we opened some stuff, and we chit-chatted.
And then the rain came, and we had to go into this inner, really old boathouse room, and the acoustics were amazing, and it sounded like we had a choir of people.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
All right, so you two, while we have you, which not going to have you very long, couple stories that even the mainstream media, even though the mainstream media isn't covering what's going on in Portland, they are covering it, so we're going to cover it a little bit. The big one is the people on the left tend not to like Governor Cuomo there in New York, so I'm going to talk about him for just a second. I'm not even going to bring up his picture.
So we're allowed to do that. If AOC can do it.
AOC and Jerry, I guess we're not allowed to make fun of him on YouTube. Nadler.
Mm-hmm. Just the Nad man.
Kind of looks like a certain aquatic zoo animal. Penguin. Anyways,
Why can't you just say he looks like a character from Batman?
Jerry Nadler?
You said Wadler.
Is it Wadler or is it Nadler?
I don't know.
Jerry Nadler. Oh and AOC.
You down with AOC?
Yeah, no. You know me. They both have called for Governor Cuomo to resign. So now he's got 7 supposed accusers. And you know, he did a press conference today and said he won't bow to cancel culture.
But you are cancel culture? Or you thought, and that's the thing, this is so great. I've been saying this, and I've been saying it, Ernie.
You have been saying this.
I want them, the cancel culture is great. Because I said, if once everyone has been canceled, then no one is canceled. They're going to eat themselves alive. Yeah. And they will all be canceled. And then no one will be able to, it'll just be done and over with.
Yeah. And what's so funny is that they're calling him out more for these accusers than for the nursing home debacle. Where it was more than a debacle. They
killed people. They killed grandma.
They admitted to hiding those numbers and not right now you've got over half of the New York legislature calling for him to resign. They almost have enough votes to impeach him, and those are Democrats.
It's amazing.
The Democrat leader of the Senate has called for him to resign of the state legislature.
Here's my question though. What do they have against him? It's not the things they're saying.
Well, supposedly I have heard it through the grapevine that he's
I heard it through the grapevine.
That he is a jerk, and he's just really
just
a
mean.
Jerk.
Yeah, he looks
and
like it.
People just don't like him. He's mean.
Like brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just mean, and people just don't like him in general.
People don't like mean people.
Yeah.
Which is why you guys come to our show.
So I don't know. I don't know how much sway a Jerry Nadler has, or an AOC, or what's going on. I don't know what that would look like with him resigning.
You should be safe.
Because I know that.
You play peas?
Yeah, all the way around.
This is live, real deal. Real deal.
Patriot
Gal's working on her plants over there, and she's asking Leah in the middle of our show, because this is the very professional news broadcast here, if Leah planted the peas.
It's also a homesteading channel. It was before our Mass Faith 3 channel was taken down. So we used to do videos in the pig pen, but no, I'm just kidding. We still will be out there. Patriot Gallery for my birthday got one of these really great areas that we have fenced in away from the chickens. She got that all ready to be planted for my birthday. It's a really great birthday present because I like to just go out there and plant. So we got some lettuces planted, radishes, beets, carrots, all the spring stuff that's ready to spring up. And we got some good rains that rained in. And hopefully, when we get a handle on a few more things, we'll get some of our transplants we've got going, little tiny kales and stuff that can go out. They don't have to go out there in the greenhouse happy right now. Okay, so
we have happy kale.
We do have happy kale.
Happy kale.
This is a story, not a story. I don't even call it a story.
Julie's left legs on Periscope says, all we are saying is give peas a chance.
Give peas a chance. That
I love you guys
so
and your sense of
good.
humor. Thank you very much.
That was so good. Give
all we're
peas a
saying is
chance.
just give peas a chance.
Give peas a chance. Oh my God.
All right, Granny24 on D Live says, I'm from New York. Cuomo was the golden boy. Everyone, stupid Dems, loved him, but God is having all the wicked acts unmasked. Now they hate him. I love that. Thank you, Granny24.
Interesting. What's going down? What's shaking? So there's fencing around our U.S. Capitol.
Can we call it fencing or should we call it a wall?
There's a wall. Yeah,
It's
there's
a wall.
There's a wall around the U.S. Capitol, and it expands beyond the U.S. Capitol into the building that Kamala Harris is in and the White House.
If it kept expanding, we could surround the whole country.
Boom. Yeah, because you couldn't really expand the whole globe because that wouldn't give you don't have the jurisdiction.
We
for
don't.
that.
We don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah. The head of the National Guard asked to leave. The White House and I guess whoever's in charge said no. The Capitol. I don't know how this works. I have an article up how the National Guard, the head of the National Guard could be like, hey, I think we're done. Can we go? And like who's ever like, no, you can't go yet. Like, but I think we need to go. No, but you can't go. But like, really, I think we should go.
But each state, not each state, but these
Yeah, but then there's the head of the National Guard in general.
and he's just like, dude, we got to get out of here.
We
We're
want to
done.
be done. We want to be
We
done.
are
Yeah, we're
done.
Our
We're
mission,
done.
our mission's accomplished.
Oh my gosh.
You know, like George Bush, mission accomplished. Remember how that worked out?
Hang on, wait. Refocus Zone says, breaking fun news. Schumer calls on New York Governor Cuomo to resign. I love the left eating their own.
That's
Rock on Blaze says, okay, let us get our garden started. Get it? Let us.
awesome.
You guys are really punny.
Okay, so there was over the summer, Antifa went and attacked the courthouse
They did.
in Portland, and so they put a wallish fence around the courthouse. Well,
You do that when people that aren't supposed to be someplace break in to that place.
so they removed the wall, and Antifa
They
says
came back.
they're back. It's like a
We're
bad
back.
fungus, like bad toe fungus.
Oh, but we had tea tree oil that will help with that.
Yeah, I think we
It
should
might
try
help
some
with Antifa.
tea tree oil.
Tea tree oil for Antifa.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's
Full
good.
of them tonight. You guys
All
are
right.
infectious.
All right. So Antifa and BLM activists have clearly been emboldened, and
Like they
they're
needed
back
that.
to their Trump era tactics of violence. And
Have they been
destruction.
emboldened or has the weather broke?
One can't help but notice that the Portland City Council voted to cut their police budget by $15 million last June, amid calls to completely defund the police. In November, a push to cut another $18 million from the police budget actually failed after Mayor Ted Wheeler admitted it was a mistake to do so. What should be done about Portland's new normal? According to Kyle Bass, who is Chief Investment Officer at Heyman Capital Management, he says it's time to restore law and order in Portland. Federal officials should immediately arrest and detain all violent protesters and remove them from the streets for their felonious behavior. And if
That's a word we don't use all too often.
felonious behavior. I've got a few.
You got videos up for me?
You know what? That's an old video. Those are from February.
I have
from the ones
two
from-
windows of Leah's
I
tabs
know,
up.
isn't that great?
They're all from the Gateway Pundit.
Actually, that's the one. That's just the one window. So DHS and Camo feds march into the city park across the street from the courthouse. Tear gas, smoke, and impact rounds are deployed And is this it? Can they see it?
They can't see it yet. Okay.
We can just go through some of these. That's
All
the
right.
aftermath. We'll kind of go backwards.
All right. I want to subscribe. All right, here we go.
Listen.
Oh, let me switch. Yeah, this is the right one, I think. I hope.
Let us
Nope,
pray.
wrong one.
Let us pray.
We're getting it to you. I have two windows I got to switch through here. Let's see. We want... There it is. I'll give you the control. Just hold back. There you go. Now it's all yours.
So this is the aftermath of last night's riot at the federal courthouse in downtown Portland. We will destroy you. A cab. All cops are blankety blank. Fascist something. Just a really nice makeover there.
Mm-hmm.
Days after a fence surrounding Portland, Oregon courthouse was taken down for the first time since last summer's violent riots, protesters gathered outside the building where they smashed windows, set fire, and spray painted graffiti. And for YouTube, we completely decry all forms of violence.
We are not glorifying this.
We
are condemning it wholeheartedly.
When the courthouse doors were being boarded up, tensions between people and federal officers were erupted. This started a chain reaction of civil unrest and destruction Thursday night, leading authorities to deploy tear gas. Shortly after 9 p.m., independent journalists tweeted images of smashed windows, burning flags, and walls of the courthouse spray painted with graffiti. The crowd was met by federal officers who used tear gas and other crowd control measures in an attempt to defuse the situation. At least one person was arrested who punched an officer in the face. Here are federal agents marching onto war.
Oh, dear. This is in Portland right now.
Well, last night, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like currently.
Yeah. I'm wondering why the silence, because, I mean, we keep hearing about January 6th as like the last 9/11, and this is a federal courthouse, by the way.
Which we condemn this violence. That could get us taken off, though, because we're condemning their Antifa.
I don't think they call them their Antifa.
I think they think that they're theirs. Oh my gosh. Oh dear.
That looks like an insurrection.
It also doesn't look like the United States.
No, it doesn't. It really does not. And I feel like at some point, are you just dressing up and playing soldier? I mean, remember when Donald Trump wanted to deploy the National Guard to Portland and Seattle?
Yeah, and they were all
and
like
they said
gonna
it was
have a conniption fit
said
over
it was bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. But we have our National Guard in D.C. So you're not going to see this. Here's a Portland City Park is filled up with tear gas and smoke. And I think that you're supposed to, on YouTube, say, ooh, bad federal officers.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh. Look at the use of excessive force. I think that's what you're supposed to say.
I think that's what we're supposed to say. Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
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 Bad Antifa or bad police officers? I really need to know. If could just YouTube just give me a script.
Oh, good idea.
Is it? Are we rooting for the Antifa or are we rooting for the feds? I'm not.
I'm not sure.
Or is it? Yeah, kind of what Antifa does is bad, but the federal feds
is the Green
are bad?
Lantern literally about to pop out in just 1 second? Because that was green smoke.
Ooh.
He might. This could be a superhero thing. We
Swamp.
don't even know. The
Swamp
superhero could be going
creatures.
around there, and we don't know.
Meanwhile,
happening.
a group of around 30 people invaded an office building on the 1300 block of Southwest 5th Avenue. So officers arrived and found about 30 people refusing to leave, some smoking inside, some with pets. The situation escalated when people began to damage property, including a television and the front doors of the building. Why are people protesting again? According to one journalist at the protest, Black Lives Matter supporters cited Portland police and Mayor Ted Wheeler's stonewalling on a case where a black man was shot several times by police. Also cited our underfunded welfare programs, while a racist, classist police force is buying a new armored vehicles and homeless are still left to die in the streets. So that's what they're protesting, okay? And that's 2 weeks after a crazed Antifa mob ran wild through the Pearl District of Portland, vandalizing buildings and spray painting anti-police messages. We actually did not show this, so for your viewing pleasure 2 weeks ago, just because I felt like Portland seems to be doing this like all the time.
It's old news. I mean, it just keeps happening. Nothing to see here.
All cops are blankety blank, and a person with a BLM Antifa protest group fights a random woman at the Portland riot.
Oh my!
Apparently, the woman. Well, we're just gonna watch that. Didn't approve of their violence in the streets.
So they just started baiting on her.
Baiting.
These are good people.
These are bad people. They are very bad people. And I'm just gonna say it, and I don't care.
You don't care if you get taken off of YouTube for saying that people that beat a woman randomly are bad.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad.
My hair's stuck in this thing here. That's it.
So I'm gonna kind of move on from that. I don't know exactly how.
I don't know where you go from that.
I'm not exactly sure how to move on for that, but I will. And
Okay.
And I'm going to San Francisco.
Oh, well, it's so much better there.
Yeah, because San Francisco's poop patrol boss made $380,000 and he didn't do poop and has been charged with corruption.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so this is from...
He's a poop fraud.
Yeah, sure is.
He's a poop picker-upper fraud. Yeah. Like, what if I was paid to go to your backyard and pick up dog poo? I may get paid to do that. And I did not do it.
This is authored by Andrew.
I think I should
from
raise my
Real
prices.
Clear Policy. In 2019, they highlighted a tripling in reported human waste in the public way. I saw some people who were on that Young Turks saying that they have signed for the governor, Gavin Newsom, to be rescinded from California. It's over 2 million signatures. They need 1.5 for a recall. So they've got their...
So they've got 500,000 more than they need?
He wants a signature check on that. So we'll see. We'll see how
That's so rich! No, because there is no fraud in that sort of thing. That never happens. You don't get a signature check. We didn't get to go to the Supreme Court.
I'm not going to play her, but I saw one of those chicks from the Young Turks come out and say, yeah, I signed it, and me and my family signed it. You know, he's going out to the French Laundry, shutting down other businesses.
I broke my earbuds.
I'm sorry. Now, she wants, kind of more universal basic income to take care of people's businesses whose businesses are shut down. I want them just opened up, but... All right, so this human waste, and she cited the human waste. I walk outside, there's just poop everywhere.
Disgusting! No, because here's the thing. We are pet sitters for a living. We own a pet care business.
Yeah.
So we deal in the poo-poo business a lot of times. Today, in walking dogs, what do you need?
I'm telling Leah this water has this stuff in it.
Cool.
I probably have picked up, 5 or 6 piles, maybe 7 or 8, just in today alone so far. And the day's not even over yet. Okay? And I got a scoop litter tonight. I deal in this. There is something different between human poo and even dog and cat poo. It's not okay. You can't have human feces.
Yeah.
Sitting in the street like that. They want us to cover our faces for something that has over 99% survival rate. That's if you catch it to start with. Okay? And yet they got this stuff sitting in the streets, and they're paying a dude $300,000, and he's not doing poo.
All right, so I guess the case is citizens filed about 10,000 complaints in 2014, and the number of complaints escalated to about 31,000 cases by 2019. Auditors mapped about 118,000 case reports of human waste from 2011 2019. You can actually see the poop map. Not really well here, but that's pretty much covered.
That is not a poop map.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
That's different shades of brown.
I don't know.
It's 50 shades of brown. It is 50 shades of brown.
Certainly the poop was deep in San Francisco, but then things really hit the fan.
Of course they did.
And the FBI stepped in. Mohammed Nuru, the public works director and self-titled Mr. Clean San Francisco, was in charge of keeping city streets clean and oversaw a $500 million budget, $500 million.
Look at this
to
poop
clean
map.
up the poo.
Oh my gosh, George on Facebook says, "What a stinker." That man. You guys are all just so punny tonight.
He was indicted by the DOJ in 2020, Mr. Clean at San Francisco. Nuru was charged with one count of alleged public corruption and is innocent until proven guilty. Proven guilty. I didn't know you have to say that, but okay. The complaint describes a web of corruption involving bribery, kickbacks, and side deals by one of San Francisco's highest-ranking city employees. The public is entitled to honest work from public officials, free from manipulation for the official's own personal benefit and profit. Nuru was well paid in his futile attempt to keep San Francisco streets clean. His total taxpayer-funded cash compensation in 2019 was $380,120.
That's like closer to $400,000.
And his base salary jumped by $65,000 over 8 years.
So wait, he was already getting paid to do what?
I guess to run San Francisco's public works.
The public works dude. All right, so here's my question though, for San Francisco as a whole. Do y'all keep just shoving money at picking up the poo, or do you do something to stop the poo?
I don't know, but currently the federal investigation has snared Nuru and has charged 9 other people in this poo catastrophe, with one already sentenced for the poo problems.
Wow.
Yep.
I want to know, you know what? We need to start.
My question though, like how much are they have some porta potties, but how much does it cost to like put in like a bathroom, like bathrooms?
Yeah.
Like
where they could fix the homeless problem.
I know. Well, sure. Definitely. Yeah.
These are Democrat-held districts.
I know.
Where this is happening.
I know.
Why is it happening? Why has it gotten so bad? What has happened in the last 10 years?
Inflation.
Patriot Gallery got some answers for the poop.
Everybody at home raised their hand. They're saying, I know.
We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
Just in case.
I know.
Okay, what's...
It's, technology companies want all of California. Mm-hmm. They're doing everything to get people out of there. The fires, everything. So you don't just ask people, please leave California so I can have it.
You cover it and poo.
I'm a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire.
Oh, just trying to poop people
trying to
out.
Get everybody out.
Fumigate. I get it.
And it's working. Everybody is leaving. Mm-hmm. High taxes, all that stuff. So that, they have a plan. It's written down. That lady, what was hers called? Hers isn't Stop the Steal, is it? The lady out in California.
First of all, you can't say those words on YouTube.
I didn't say it about the same person.
But you can't say those words in that
but
order.
She has a site. And
We're just going to leave YouTube here in a second.
She's all the white papers on the subject. I'm just saying there's people out in your audience, they're going, I know. It's pre-planned.
It's to get everybody out of California.
That makes perfect sense, actually. Just in case we don't say anything, just in case we do, here's the thing. I don't know what it is about us. I stumble on people's channels and I think to myself,
y'all are allowed to say that.
How come you get to say that? How come you get to say that? How come you get to say that? It's the same things I'm saying. Okay?
But when we say them,
and all I know is this.
All we know.
When after the election, our Mass Faith 3 channel took off like wildfire, and it hadn't in years.
Yep.
And we finally broke out of the mold, and people were coming in droves. The power of God was hitting the masses.
And it's still hitting y'all.
And so this is a spiritual war. And so I say, bring it on.
Bring it.
Okay? I know that my God's bigger. Mm-hmm. I know that the army of angels behind me are way bigger. And that if God wants me to have a voice somewhere, I will have that voice.
That's a fact.
But I also have a bunch of videos that I want taken down off of YouTube. So and I love coming here to you, and I recognize that it's kind of like going fishing, and it's kind of like a commercial, so you can see the rest of it. So guys, we're gonna say goodbye on YouTube because I've got a lot to cover. There's stuff coming out of
it's a big show tonight.
There's stuff coming out of the Wisconsin State Legislature, stuff coming out of the Georgia State Legislature, stuff. And I would say great stuff. And I want to tell you about that. Things that are being uncovered, news stories that are completely factual. I'm wondering why I can't really talk about it. Chauvin, how do you say his name? Derek Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin, the officer charged with George Floyd's death. His trial is getting put together right now, and they're seating jurors, and it's very difficult. The prosecution and the defense are kind of struggling because they're questioning the jurors, like, well, what are your views on BLM? Well, what are your views on Blue Lives Matter? And some people that you would think might be seated as jurors, they're not.
Wow.
It's a very interesting the way, because some prosecution can strike certain people and the defense can strike. I think you have so many strikes. I think they've only seated 5 or 6 people, but every single juror is deathly afraid of becoming a juror. Except for one.
You kidding me?
There was one woman who actually was dismissed because she said she wanted to be a juror to bring justice for George Floyd. Someone didn't tell her, if you want to be on the jury, you're not supposed to say that you've made up your mind yet.
Here's the deal, though. It's biblical. They can't help but speak what is on their minds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone was asking, someone had said on the chat that Brightian is going to get a live streaming service. I would not put anything past Mike Adams when he gets that up and running.
Rumble is getting one soon, but I don't know if we're going to be one of the first ones.
We will not be one of the first ones.
So we're D-Live. Periscope for how much longer?
The rest of the month.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
But D-Live's stream is really the quality of the picture and the audio. Robin is always talking about it. It's really good.
And the chat is just like YouTube.
We're on Facebook right now. We're live. Yeah. So if you're watching on YouTube, go down to the description. I've got the link to our website. You can watch the embedded version of Facebook straight from there, or you can click on it. It'll take you to Facebook, or you can click on the 3 links of Twitch, Periscope, and D-Live and watch us there. So we're going to say goodbye to YouTube.
Let me tell you guys.
We love y'all.
There are so many. You will be floored by the stories I have for you. So just
go on, make the switch.
Come on over.
Y'all want to do it. You know you want to. You don't want to say goodbye to these faces.
I have so much for you.
Don't leave us. Go on. Find us, find us, find us. But I'm glad that you're here. And that's why we're going live on YouTube, to get y'all.